take a look at your arm? You said the right, please?
Yeah.
For PJ Lukak, having an MRI every 2 months has become a ritual full of hope and fear.
Okay, let me just take you around the corner, and then we'll get ready for the exam.
Last December, this 24-year-old from Chicago was having mild seizures, which he ignored at first, though he, of all people, should have known better. PJ is a medical student.
I always dismissed the brain tumor as a possibility with me because it's something that you see in, 40, 50-year-old people, and at my age, it's like 1 in 100,000.
That first scan revealed devastating news: malignant brain cancer, like Senator Ted Kennedy's.
My parents rushed up, and they're like, "What's wrong? What's wrong?" And I'm like, "You need to talk to the doctor." And I curled up in a chair. This actually upsets me. It's hard for me.
It's hard to recall that. The people in the waiting room and everything that happened.
Just seeing my dad. I can't really talk about it.
The problem is that PJ's tumor is among the most complicated of all, and as a result, survival rates have barely budged over the last 25 years. But there is something happening here in this lab that may change all that.
You probe with a phosphorescent antibody?
Dr. Marcus Burdell's lab at Northwestern University is trying to unlock the DNA of brain cancer.
When people think of genetics, they think of things that determine your hair color, your eye color, how tall you're going to be. But genetics has a role when it comes to brain tumors as well.
It has a very important role, as for many cancers, brain tumors are a genetic disease.
Brain tumors have more than 100,000 genes, and Burdell's lab has identified the 31 that enable cancer that's been dosed with drugs or radiation to remake itself and continue to grow.
That makes us very hopeful that in a couple of years from now, we have clinical trials that test new therapeutics and which are based on the research that we're doing.
5 months after PJ had surgery, chemotherapy, and radiation on his own tumor, he showed up at Dr. Burdell's lab asking for work. He got the job.
Not only is he an outstanding scientist and researcher, but it really reminds us on a daily basis, why are we doing that research?
These are your last 3 scans.
Today, PJ's hoping for good news from his MRI.
Go like this.
The 6th since his diagnosis 8 months ago.
Looking pretty good, young man.
PJ's prognosis is better than most because of his age.
The greatest days of every 2 months are when I have the MRI and I see that it's clear, and that's just like I'm walking on water.
But he says it's the work in this lab that will keep him alive to fight for himself and every brain cancer patient. Dr. Sanjay Gupta, CBS News, Chicago.